era where all of Lawbree's music friends turned against him, only 3 super glazers were able to save the day. Snack-a-diddler.
Those 3 Big Macs are for me.
Meat-munching Maul.
I'm some OVO, dick-riding, Drake-caping
and repugnant Rory. Aubrey's Avengers, coming to a theater near you.
Lawbrees and Gentlegrams, in today's episode of Lawbree in Gentleland, the goofiest gobbler appointed to polish the nails of the petty pedicured Polly Pocket Prom Queen Petition Poppy Sloppy Toppy 5, Bottom 5 who colonized the crown of internet evil trolling from Takashi, the Toronto Somali who slopped champagne poppies talkie as a hobby, the man who tried hunting Kendrick down when he performed in Drake's town has now turned things around and can no longer be found meat riding for Drake. The two are now beefing, Top 5 revealing all Drake's secrets, so let's dig beneath it. But first, hit that like and subscribe for the rhymes in my speeches.
I study
rapaholics
for a living.
Now, Lawbrees and Gentlegrams, in an era when one can build a career off of capping and coddling the cocker spaniel of another man, Top 5 has leveraged his internet goofiness and Lawbree gram glazing to the highest degree. Fresh off of Drake paying his lawyer fees for an unaliving case that Top 5 was the prime suspect in, Top 5 has now built himself up as a personality, essentially known for being Drake's shooter. And while Drake loses more and more friends within the industry, it's no surprise that he chose 2025 to, for the first time, publicly embrace Top 5 in a high capacity.
I study
coddling the cocker spaniel of another man
for a living.
Now, Drake has been warned that he should stay far away from this man. This man, Top 5, is a liability to everything about Drake's brand. But regardless of the warnings, Drake loved having his little chihuahua gobble his goblets every chance he could get. And this man came out of prison on a mission to get revenge on Kendrick for the beatdown that Kendrick possessed Drake with in 2024. But the irony is that in the end of 2025, we're now seeing Top 5 do a complete 180, stripping his self-proclaimed title as Drake's shooter and instead embracing Kendrick, saying that he low-key always loved Kendrick's music but had to pretend he didn't, and was constantly blasting it Not Like Us in the shower so that Drake wouldn't hear it. I'm personally surprised. I thought they showered together.
I study
showering with Top 5
for a living.
Spicy.
So I want to take you guys through the absolute roller coaster that is Top 5. How he went from trying to start war in Toronto over Kendrick coming to perform back-to-back nights in a stadium in Drake's hometown, absolutely tearing down Drake's reputation every time he went online and glazed him, to now trying to apply for the position of being Kendrick's shooter and even befriending some of Kendrick's friends. This is an absolutely insane one, Lawbrees and Gentlegrams, so sit back, relax, and let's take it all the way back. But before we get into it, I actually got to give a shout out to Moxie Approved, one of the most entertaining video essay channels, if that's what you'd want to call it, in the space right now. He is a dope piece on Top 5 as well. And I hadn't realized that in my last video about the game. I had used a couple clips that he used in his video, but accidentally when I zoomed in to edit it, his logo got cropped out, so I want to give him credit. I'm going to leave a link in the description of this video to his channel. You guys should check it out as well. But now let's get into the history of Drake and Top 5. So the first time Lawbreeana actually acknowledged Top 5 was way back 12 years ago in 2013. He posted an Instagram picture that read, "Back in the 6 word to Top 5, and you could see on his laptop, there's one of Top 5's music videos playing where Top 5 is shirtless. This will play an important role in the story very shortly because a couple years later on his 2016 song Grammys, we would hear Drake actually mention Top 5 by name when he rapped,
Top 5, no debating. Top 5, Top 5, Top 5.
I study
showering with Top 5
for a living.
But that wasn't the only mention of Top 5 in this song. Drake also rapped Like I'm Shirt Off Shawty.
Like I'm shirt off, like I'm shirt off, like I'm shirt off shorty.
What is Shirt Off Shawty, you might ask? Well, that's actually Top 5's nickname, and it might have been Drake who gave it to him. To understand why Drake would give the young Top 5 the nickname Shirt Off Shawty, we gotta understand how Drake and Top 5 met for the first time in the first place. The two lovebirds met back in 2013 when Top 5, I believe, was around 14 years old. Drake used to host these basketball tournaments called the OVO Bounce Basketball Games, and in that 2015 interview, Top 5 spoke on the first time him and Drake met. I'll try to quote him in the best Toronto accent I possibly can.
Yo, Crody, it all started in 2013 at the OVO Bounce tournament when Brandon Jennings took his shirt off. I was going to take a picture with him, and then I decided to take my shirt off. And Crody, the whole crowd started going crazy. We posted that pic, and since that day, it's been hashtag #ShirtOffShoddy. I took a picture with Drake with my shirt off, and that was only the second time I met Drake.
So, sorry, this wasn't the first time, it was the second time he met Drake. Again, 2013, top 5 in 2025, according to Google, is 26 years old. So, do the math on how old he was in 2013, taking his shirt off, taking pictures with Drake.
Spicy.
I'm not implying anything weird was going on, you know, everything is alleged here, but these were Top 5's words, not mine. Now, this interview gets a little stranger. The interviewer asks, Top 5, how did Drake hear about your music? Top 5 said,
Crody, he knew me. He was asking, who is that kid with his shirt off?
nah, I'm done with the Toronto accent. The Top 5 said, he knew me. He was asking, who is that kid with his shirt off? Then I went to a signing and me and Drake got to know each other and the friendship started. From then on, we kept hitting each other up. He's always been supportive of my hood and has friends there. He puts people up on Instagram from my hood, and from that day, he's been onto my music.
I study
That kid with his shirt off.
for a living.
And here's the craziest quote from that interview. The first time I saw Drake, again, this is Top 5 speaking. The first time I saw Drake, I didn't know who he was. Like, I knew who he was, but I didn't know if he was that nice guy or that mean guy. But when I took my shirt off and he jumped in the picture, from that day on, he's been watching me. He knows these streets. I'm gonna drop a couple more songs and then you'll know it's official. That night when Drake put up my pictures, I've never seen it like that. I love Drake. He's a cool guy for putting that out. I salute him and I thank him for that. Like, I have a fan base, but he gave me a much bigger fan base. So essentially, the way Drake and Top 5 became friends was Top 5 took his shirt off at one of Drake's basketball games. They took a picture, and from there, the rest is history.
I study
Showering with
That kid with his shirt off.
for a living.
definitely a strange way for Drake to start embracing a young up-and-coming artist who didn't necessarily have too much talent. And I mean, for all the OV hoes who are obsessed with numbers, Top 5's talent could definitely be represented by his numbers. They were both essentially non-existent. Top 5 wasn't pulling in crazy streams on his songs, and for that reason, he stopped releasing many songs. Instead, he gave himself the self-proclaimed title of being Drake's Shooter. Back in, I believe, 2022, he would go on live stream with DJ Snackadiddler, and for the first time, he would profess that he is none other than Drake's Shooter. Anybody disrespects Drake, he's shooting.
Yeah, I'm Drake Shooter.
Oh,
I'm not lying to you. Anybody disrespect Drake, I'm shooting.
damn.
The problem is, you can't do too much shooting from behind bars, and that's unfortunately where Top 5 would end up in around 2023. What's funny is, back then, when Top 5 was locked up, fighting an unaliving case, he actually gave a phone call to one of his friends who was recording him, and on that phone call, Top 5 was actually dissing Drake, saying that Drake does not run Toronto, and that Drake is whack because he's not paying Top 5's lawyer fees. So you can see where his incentive is ultimately when it comes down to his friendship with Drake. It's all about the money.
Behind OVO.
How do they run Toronto?
We need lawyer fees.
And when I come home, bro, let me tell you something. OVO beat me up. They put me in the XS6 trial. They beat me up. They beat me up. They beat me up. They got my cell rated. I'm going hard for them. And they're not paying me.
But hold on.
They're not paying me.
They're not paying you? But yo, hold on, let me ask you a
They're
question.
not giving us cash.
What? They never dropped the lawyer fees?
Big up Akademiks. And big up Bunda.
That's
Those
what,
are that BFR Bunda.
That's
Those
what-
are the lawyer boys.
those are the lawyer boys?
Now, the internet antics would not stop there. See, behind bars, Top 5 got himself into some hefty trouble. He was shooting music videos behind bars, claiming that the correctional officers actually gave him cell phones and other paraphernalia, and he would somehow end up escaping prison. And for a short period of time, he was on the run. Ironically, when he ran away, he ended up in Kendrick's hometown of LA and wasn't doing too much of a good job at actually hiding, because Top 5 would prioritize internet antics over his own safety and freedom and start going on live streams while he was a wanted man.
Artist has been connected.
but I'm so clutch.
He would even make his way on to DJ Akademiks' live stream, phoning in while he was a wanted man. Now you'll see as this story progresses, DJ Akademiks plays a disgusting and very large, just like his size, role in antagonizing and propping up Top 5's antics, hosting him on his platform and asking him questions to lead Top 5 in the direction of crashing out over major industry figures and just creating more controversy for himself. This was an early example of one of many to come shortly.
I thought it was just a song, but I heard they just caught you for 2 cases. And he said, bro, I'm gonna beat that. Easy.
They try to frame me for some shit.
Are they trying to frame? Oh, no. Oh, man. He on the run. From what? Ain't no running going on? What y'all talking about? Yeah, right. I do need to get a little running. I'm gonna get a little run going on. Ain't nothing wrong with a little running.
And yes, Snakadiddler could probably use a run on the treadmill, but just like him being unsuccessful running on that treadmill, Top 5 was unsuccessful at running from the law. They found him, locked him back up. But the craziest part is that by September of 2024, Top 5 was actually released a free man. See, what had happened was the judge essentially ruled that the Crown's main evidence in the case couldn't be used in court. Basically what happened was the police and prosecutors tried to use Top 5's social media posts, his song lyrics, and certain witness statements to prove that he was involved in the 2021 unaliving. Now, the judge said that the evidence was actually unfair and unreliable because it didn't directly prove guilt, and it risked making the jury biased just because of his rap persona. Basically, he was talking about killing and drilling and being Drake's shooter online, but because a large bulk of the evidence in the case was based off that, how he presented himself on social media, the judge essentially ruled that, hey, we can't use this in this case because the jury's going to be biased and not actually look at the facts. Instead, they're going to look at the BS that Top 5 does online.
I study
Showering with
That kid with his shirt off.
for a living.
Some of the evidence was also collected in ways that didn't follow proper legal procedure, which violated his rights under Canadian law, and once that evidence was thrown out, the Crown didn't have enough proof left to continue the case, so they entered what's called a stay of proceeding. That means he wasn't found innocent or guilty, but the case was just stopped because the remaining evidence wasn't strong or lawful enough to use, and they had 12 months to basically reactivate the case if they could gather stronger evidence. And of course, Top 5 was very happy about this.
You freed me! You freed me! Yeah, I'm home!
How does it feel to be stepping out after being in custody for that long?
I feel like Shohei Ohtani, superstar.
And upon release, Top 5 had let reporters know that he was going to be moving in a different way going forward. No more BS, no more violent social media antics. Instead, he would be pushing positivity.
What about the fact that a man did lose his life? Do you have any thoughts about that?
R.I.P., you know what I mean? R.I.P., I'm an innocent man. Hope they find whoever did that.
They could revive the charges within a year.
They could.
They were alleging he was the mastermind from the backseat, again, based only on his lyrics, based only on his rap, based only on his persona as Top 5. That was the problem with their case all along.
Are you going to start rapping again?
Positive.
What's your plan now?
I'm going to bring every community together. Stop the violence.
With positive.
Positivity.
But that didn't last long because just a couple hours after release, Top 5 would put a shiesty mask on his face, hop on live stream with Adin Ross and none other than Akademiks, and immediately start talking about how Kendrick Lamar and Metro Boomin are now banned from Toronto since he's a free man, and even stating that him and Drake will be hopping on a live stream in the following weeks, and on that live they would be watching the Not Like Us music video and doing homework on every single person who made an appearance within it.
Let me tell you something. Kendrick Lamar can't come to Toronto. I'm here.
Yo! No. Yo, we gotta politic this real quick. Yo.
Now you might be wondering what made Top 5 change his tune, right? When he was locked up, we saw the clip earlier of him talking crap about Drake, saying he doesn't run Toronto. But now that Top 5's out of jail, he's saying that Kendrick is banned, and of course he's back to resuming position of being Drake's shooter. You might also be wondering, I mean, for a guy who seemingly did not make a lot of money off his hip-hop career, how did he actually afford a lawyer good enough who can argue this little legal loophole and actually get Top 5 released from jail? Well, that's because it likely wasn't Top 5 who paid for the lawyer. Remember when he was incarcerated on that phone call, he was talking crap about Drake because Drake wasn't coughing up the lawyer fees? Well, it looked like Drake finally caved in, chalked up a bag, gave it to Top 5 for his lawyer, and now it's because of Drake that Top 5 is a free man. According to Top 5, he posted an Instagram with his lawyer with the caption stating, "Shout out to Big Bro Champagne Poppy, aka the defamation drizzler Labriana Drake, for the lawyer fees and for Gary Grill being the best lawyer in Toronto." Now, this would be a big win for Top 5, but it would start a long string of L's for Drake. But unlike Drake, a bunch of you guys have been telling me you've been Anita Max winning some free cash from playing mobile games. So I want to put all you guys on to something that almost seems too good to be true. All right, let me give you a little glimpse into my life. When I'm not making this content for you guys, I have a disgusting addiction to my phone. My daily screen time is higher than Drake on that album cover, higher than Snoop off the edibles. So if you guys suffer that same addiction as me, I want to put you onto something that's going to change your life. FreeCash.com is a program that partners with mobile games that are looking for more users to play their games, and they will literally pay you to play their games for free. All you got to do is sign up using the QR code you see on the screen or using the link in the description of this video. You make an account super easy. All you got to do is put in your email, create a password, verify your email, and then you're good to go. And they got a bunch of games. My favorite is the Monopoly Go because we're always on the go trying to make some money. Once you make an account, you just click the game you want to play, follow the directions that they give you. The directions are super easy. Usually you just got to download the game and start playing. So it's about time you put that phone addiction to good use. Again, use the QR code you see on the screen or the link in my description. Create an account and you could start making more than $150 just to play a game on your phone. Now, on the surface, you might think, all right, this is a nice gesture from a friend to a friend, Drake paying his good friend Top 5's lawyer fees so Top 5 can come out and resume his position of being Drake's top 1 meat rider. But from the perspective of the victim's family, who lost their loved one to an act of violence that Top 5 was accused of committing, they looked at Drake as partially responsible for this. Growing up in Toronto, they obviously looked up to Drake. So seeing this massive figure pay the lawyer fees for the man accused of taking the life of their loved one, of their family member, this was absolutely heartbreaking for them. And the cousin of the victim actually went on Instagram posting several different statements basically denouncing Drake for funding the freedom of this freak. The captions read, "My baby cousin's life was taken in the parking lot of his home. This is a trial about the unaliving of a kid, a child, on the way home from a pizza place. Not in no street politics, not a part of nothing, a kid. My baby brother had to find his best friend that night lifeless. I used to appeal to Drake. We all looked up to him. This is the wildest move. What the F are y'all doing, Drake?" Top 5 was charged with murder. They put a GPS tracker on him. He took it off and fled to the States. I don't even know how you get past the border with that kind of charge. LAPD found him, and somehow, some way, he still got off a charge he fled out of the country to evade. Thank you, Drake. Your version of justice means Hashim's sister had to watch her brother's murderer celebrated on TV. He insisted if that tells you anything about the caliber of people we're dealing with here during her honeymoon. When I came back from Portland, they told me OVO 40 was one of the good guys. He was really trying to find a solution for what's going on in the city. This is the solution. That blood is on your hands. And with Top 5, of course, being the one announcing that Drake was now funding his antics, you would think Drake would take Top 5 to the side and be like, look, you're part of my team at this point. You represent not just yourself, but me. Be smart with your moves and the things you say, because not only is the court looking to use these things against you in your trial, but now the people, the public, and the family members of this victim who lost his life are looking at me as the enabler of every action you take. But it didn't seem like Drake would warn Top 5 about this. It didn't seem like he cared much for whatever BS Top 5 would put out there. Because again, the day he comes out, he starts talking about doing homework with Drake on every person in the Not Like Us music video.
Me and Drake are gonna link up in a couple days, and we're gonna do this podcast. And we're gonna play Not Like Us video, and we're gonna look at every in the video, and we're gonna do homework. We're gonna look for this. I don't play around by Aubrey. That's my bro. My Jewish brother, Shalom.
Well, you're Jewish?
No, I'm Somali. My Jewish brother, Shalom.
I'm Jewish.
And it would only get worse from here. Top 5 again would hop on Akademiks' live stream. You'll see he keeps being the one facilitating all these horrible things that Top 5 says. And the second time he hops on the live stream, he's talking about how he doesn't need Kendrick Lamar away from Toronto. He also needs him unalived.
There's two I need that. You and Kendrick.
No.
You.
And you'll notice in this live stream clip, it's not actually Top 5 who's shirtless anymore, but instead there's this dude on the left-hand side of the screen who is shirtless. This guy goes apparently by the name of Julian, and I'm not going to go too into the controversy surrounding him, but apparently Drake and Top 5 had actually scammed this guy out of millions of dollars, allegedly. So now, not only is Drake enabling Top 5 to perform all these antics, he's actually allegedly joining in on the antics with Top 5. Akademiks was loving it as well, even announcing last year on New Year's that he was going to sign Top 5 to his record label. Not sure what exactly he was signing him as. I don't know if his talent is just being a social media freak or an actual artist, but yeah, Akademiks was apparently funding this man's career.
The building, man, the Academy Records, I told you I was launching, man. Listen, I dropped a $25 million bag. I had to do it, man. The first signees to the Academy Records, the biggest demons out of Toronto. Yo, y'all artists, y'all don't have a hit song, y'all not dripping like this, it's gonna take a while. Let me tell you this. 5 mil. I signed him, put 5 mil in his pocket. 5 mil straight. Hey, this guy been rich. I was giving 5 mil just cause. I had to give Boondog 5 mil just for him to stop sliding. That was the only stipulation. No more sliding. It's over. It's over. The Academy Records, man. Listen, when these guys drop, Big Ack is behind them, man. Listen, there's no bigger voice than me.
Top 5 would continue with the internet trolling all throughout the year, making several enemies along the way. One of them most notably including Kanye West, another one of Drake's frenemies in the game. Kanye would hop on Twitter in February of 2025, revealing that he was receiving threats from Top 5. He tweeted out saying, "Threats from Drake's Glazer. First you ask me for a chain and then beg me for a t-shirt for your hood. This dumb guy gonna get everybody locked up. Next thing you know, Drake gets charged with a RICO. And Drake paid for you to get out of jail, and then you snitched and told me he was sending Kim Birkins on Valentine's Day. I don't give a F about that old white lady, other than her always pulling stuff with my black children. Oh, and I did ask about you. You're dumb and no one respects you. You thought you were going to extort me. You're dumb."
Huh?
Now, around this same time, Kendrick Lamar is performing on the Super Bowl stage. He had just announced that he was doing a stadium tour all across the world, where Not Like Us was, of course, part of the set list. One of the stops on that tour was, of course, Toronto. 2 nights in a row in a stadium bigger than Drake has ever done on any of his tours. I don't think we talk about that enough. Like, the division between fan bases is so strong that we have yet to just sit down and appreciate some of the massive moments that Kendrick Lamar has brought for the genre over the last 12 months. I mean, aside again from the Super Bowl stage, bringing real hip-hop to a stage like that and the most watched performance of all time. I mean, the guy brought Euphoria and Peekaboo to the frickin' Super Bowl stage, right? And we never talk about that. We're also so quick to forget that he performed for like 80,000 people in Toronto, where he received standing ovations as he performed Not Like Us, dancing on Drake's grave in his own hometown. We have to acknowledge how insane some of these moments were that Kendrick Lamar facilitated throughout 2025. But anyways, before he actually made his way to Toronto, Top 5 was sending a grave warning that if Kendrick Lamar steps foot in his town, he'll be quote-unquote Swiss cheese.
Are you not scared?
Scared of what?
Kendrick?
We got money.
Kendrick and his people?
Kendrick Lamar?
Yeah, you're scared of Kendrick?
Tell him to come to Toronto. Swiss cheese.
What happened if he comes to
I'll get the
Toronto?
low. I'll get the low, put on my Nike Tech Black. So why'd you get us a driver? Put the window down, it is what it is. Get some fresh air. You know?
And you could tell Drake was continuously funding Top 5's career. Well, I wouldn't even say career. He has no career. He was just funding his lifestyle. Top 5 was basically his bottom chick. But, I mean, seriously, if you hear the way that he speaks about Drake, you would think they've been married for 20 years. Like, this was Top 5's ride or die. He would do anything for La Brianna. He would suck a fart out his butt.
You wanna know who gave me this?
Yeah.
My dog. Somebody I'll kill for. Somebody that I'll put my life on the line.
What's his name?
No, but you already put your life. But you already put your life on it.
I don't know if it's Drake, but yo, this person right here.
No, it's Dogg.
This person right here, I'll kill for them.
And it wouldn't be long before we'd start seeing Drake make public appearances with Top 5. He would bring him courtside to basketball games. I'm telling you, it was really like they were dating. So with Top 5 and Drake becoming closer and closer, it wouldn't be long before we'd start hearing rumblings within the industry that this is going to end very badly for Drake. Now, when it comes to Drake, well, if you're ready to see just how badly it got for Drake, about 1 year ago, to this day. Wack 100 would do a podcast with Adam 22 where he would send a grave warning to Drake, saying that having Top 5 around is a direct danger to Drake's brand, and this is going to end very badly if Drake keeps allowing Top 5 to prop up the antics that he does.
I see you got Top 5 up there.
Yeah, we got Top 5 coming up.
Drake need to get away from Top 5.
Why do you think he's bad news?
Bad news. Drake, hear me, no troll. You need to get away from that dude. That dude with his mouth and the things he say, it does not support your career and how far you come. I'm telling you as a brother, get the fuck away from Top 5, bro.
It gets worse though. Wack would allege that what he had on that USB that he was flashing could get not just Top 5 but also Drake into a lot of trouble. Wack said he wouldn't put it out, but he was warning Drake to get the hell away from this man before he does something that finally ends it all.
This has been in existence about 90 days, and I have made sure it hasn't went anywhere. Personally, I think you know what I'm talking about. That dude with his mouth and the things he say does not support your career and how far you come. I'm telling you as a brother, this is how much I got respect for you.
He emphasized that Drake attaching himself to someone as reckless as Top 5 would only leave Drake associated and guilty of whatever crimes Top 5 would proceed to commit.
Get the fuck away from Top 5, bro. World, remember, I'm warning Drake. He's gonna have you hemmed up, called up, and cuffed up. Dude is reckless with his mouth. He ties you to things, and he's a dumb. This is how much respect I got for you. You can't be tied to somebody, bro, that continuously wants to say they're tied to you. Bro, you seen him the other day? He said, yo, I want to kill 2 people. Kendrick Lamar being one of them. You can't do that.
Now, as you could imagine, Drake nor Top 5 would take Wack 100's warnings, and instead the antics would only get worse. As we approached the days to Kendrick Lamar touching down in Toronto for his GNX performance, Akademiks, of course, would give Top 5 a call and antagonize him further in order to get a reaction that could stir up some headlines and bring more views to Akademiks' stream. Again, Akademiks just sits back, relaxes, while Top 5 crashes out because, again, all that publicity is only beneficial for Akademiks, who doesn't actually have to face the repercussions to Top 5's actions. So he'd get him on the phone and he would ask him, what are you going to do when Kendrick comes to Toronto? Top 5 would say, there is no chance in hell Kendrick is making it to Toronto. And beyond just that, Akademiks antagonizes further by saying that Kendrick Lamar has a Not Like Us remix dissing Top 5's gang, the GGs.
Yeah, but let me tell you something about Kendrick. Kendrick sucks, and he's abusing SZA. What do you think the f***'s gonna happen when he comes to my city?
Yo,
This is my.
I'm
listen,
getting word. I'm getting word.
Listen, man.
I'm
If
getting
he
word
act-
that they got a special video that when they come to that Rogers Arena or the Rogers Stadium, they're about to drop a video dissing the GGs. I'm just letting you know. I'm letting you know.
So this conversation would only get more and more insightful. Akademiks would allege that Kendrick Lamar has a Canadian remix of Not Like Us where he's dissing everybody from Drake's crew, and that would only prop up Top 5 even further to make the threats more grave. He would say that he'd quit rapping, he would quit his whole career, even though it's pretty much non-existent, if Kendrick Lamar entered Toronto with no police escorts and still made it out safe, implying that, of course, he would catch Kendrick before he could make it to his show.
Let me tell you
Yo,
something.
I heard they got a Canada version of the show that's straight dissing. I'm just telling you.
So you're telling me right now?
Yes.
Let me tell you something.
That's word on the street.
Let me tell you something. I will quit rapping, quit trolling, quit social media if Kendrick Lamar comes to Toronto with no police escort and leaves Toronto.
And this would keep going. Akademiks would continue trying to rile Top 5 up, saying like, Not Like Us, that's a diss to all Canadians. You're going to let Kendrick Lamar diss the entire city while he performs in the city? This is the dumbest argument ever, by the way, but Top 5's response would actually foreshadow a lot of what we would see today, because he would say that Kendrick Lamar invited him up on stage to actually perform the song, and Top 5 would ultimately reject it, but that might be something he regrets today.
Hold on. It's no way Kendrick comes to Toronto. You know when you listen to like he's rapping in like Not Like Us and this, and he's like he keeps saying like Canadians, like he's kind of like dissing y'all still, like oh they just connect. Yo, you think he gonna go to Toronto and just like kind of like be like,
you know what's so crazy? And I'll say this on stream. They asked me to perform it, and I said, "Are you guys crazy?"
Ooh.
Then they would go on to diss Hit a J3, which will also play an important role in what happened today. And beyond that, they keep running with this narrative that Kendrick Lamar was asking Top 5 to perform with him.
They asked you to perform Kendrick's team before?
They try to make me turn on my homie.
Oh, they try to... Yeah, that's kind of slick. Wait, they asked J3 Hitter to perform?
No, not J3 Hitter. J3 Hitter's a bum. He smells poor, like EA says. Like EA says, they smell poor. They smell poor.
Yo,
you know what?
Wait, so they asked you to perform. How that convo go? Because clearly they want you to switch on the boy.
So then Top 5 emphasizes he's doing all this glazing because of the fact, again, that Drake paid his lawyer fees. It's not about being real friends with the guy. It's about opportunity. We know, again, when Drake wasn't supplying Top 5's lawyer fees, wasn't his sugar daddy, Top 5 was dissing him. And Akademiks continues rallying him up, saying that Kendrick Lamar is going to be all over downtown Toronto, and what is Top 5 going to do about it? Again, just tricking him with these questions to try and get Top 5 to incite more violence.
I can't, bro. That guy got me out of jail. How the am I gonna go on a live stage with a bunch of goofies and switch it on a guy that got me out of jail? I didn't have no lawyer fees before Drake. Now I'm up like 7-10 mil. My life changed.
Yeah. Yo,
let me tell you something. Hold on, Hack. You think Kendrick could come to Toronto with no security guard and walk around downtown? Let's be honest, bro.
I heard he going to New Old King. I heard he gonna rent the spot out.
And Akademiks would continue antagonizing him. You're going to see this plays an important role with Top 5's behavior in the next coming months. But Top 5 at this point, he's very, very confident. Akademiks is, again, tricking him into crashing out, saying that Kendrick is going to come to New Hope King. He's going to order the fried rice. He's going to be all over Toronto. You're telling me he's allowed to do that? And of course, Top 5, again, is emphasizing him by himself. No gang members will ensure that Kendrick Lamar does not come to perform.
I'll be there. I'll be there by myself, personally. No GGs. Come on, you know what happened to drama. You know what happened to a lot of goofies. When you come to Toronto, these niggas gotta call me, Ak. Call me.
So you tell me that Kendrick can't go to New Hope King and get that fried rice?
I'm gonna give him something better than that fried rice. I'm gonna give him something better than that.
Hey,
something that he...
So Top 5 tells Akademiks, I have connections with the stadiums. I have connections with everybody. Kendrick Lamar is not dissing no one on that stage. And it's actually funny because apparently, I could be wrong on this. I could be misremembering the story. But I believe Drake had actually sent in a request to the stadium to either have OV Ho Fest at that stadium the same time around when Kendrick was performing there. Or he tried to do something to deter Kendrick Lamar from being able to perform. But of course, not even Drake himself had the connections to get Kendrick from not performing Not Like Us on that stage. So you think Top 5 would be able to do that?
You think that guy could come to my city? They're calling me John Gotti right now, Ak.
Yo, I hear the man about to come to the 6 and diss everybody up.
You hear this new one? They have a diss for the GGs, Kendrick and them. I'm telling my big homie. Tell him come to Toronto.
But they're going to do that in the stadium, though. They're going to do that in the stadium and get police escort to the private jet.
Don't you know I got connects in stadiums? Everything, Ak.
Yeah.
I'm hot right now, Ak.
Alright guys, so I won't bore you with too much more of this BS, but one last thing again, just so you could see how much Akademiks continues to antagonize Top 5 in order for him to say the most outlandish crap possible. And it's like, again, not thinking of the repercussions of Kendrick is really stepping foot in Toronto. The crazier Top 5 talks on this live stream, the more tensions escalate between Kendrick's team and Top 5 and whoever else is meat riding Drake, right? So Akademiks saying all this crap on this live stream to try and get Top 5 to give a reaction is only inciting potentially more and more violence.
Do you think he could come right now? Remember, just don't come police escort. No police escort.
I hear you gonna be moving in Canada type wicked though. I hear you going downtown. You gonna take a picture by the CN Tower, and then he going two places: New Hope King and then you pulling up by Drake block. That's what I heard.
Yeah.
Could be wrong still.
Now, what's insane is that when the day did come where Kendrick Lamar stepped foot in Toronto, Top 5 actually did try and pull up to the hotel he thought Kendrick Lamar was staying at, the Nobu Hotel, and they had every single door locked. But Top 5 was really there, recording himself, trying to find Kendrick Lamar.
Lock off every door in the Nobu Hotel. Man, even cut everything off. Man bought everything. He's a bitch.
Top 5 would continue getting himself into more and more trouble, more and more antics throughout the summer. He got arrested in New York. There was video footage of that. And then Top 5 would attempt to enter into a career of live streaming. He would live stream himself at Toronto's Wonderland or something, some sort of amusement park in Toronto, with his location visible for everyone to see. And on live stream, he cuts off his ankle monitor. Now, this alone necessarily is whatever, but it's the fact that Top 5 has created so many enemies and is now live streaming his location for the world and for all his enemies to see, which would lead to trouble. There would actually be a shooting that occurred during this live stream or right after it, right as Top 5 was cutting off his ankle monitor in the amusement park.
You think I can do it? Crash off it. How do I...
Share it out.
Share it out.
It's done?
You think so?
Don't do it. No.
It's done. I don't know how to do this. You can't cut it with this.
Don't let her do it. You almost there. You did half of it. You had the other half. You want to do it? They don't believe it. They think it's faking. Cut that.
How do you cut this?
Cut that.
Show this.
Cut it.
No more ankle.
Cut it. You're nasty.
Yo.
You would think, all right, after surviving prison, after now surviving a shooting while he's live streaming, maybe it's finally time for Top 5 to die down the antics, right? And you would think Drake would be out here warning him. No, the antics would only get worse, and Drake would only endorse them. He brought Top 5 to perform with him at the Wireless Festival in the UK. Well, not perform, because again, Top 5, I don't think he has enough songs to actually make it onto that stage, but he was backstage with Drake's entourage, and he was with Kyle of the Nelk Boys, the Happy Dad guys. They were talking backstage in London at this festival, and Top 5 starts asking Kyle, there's no killers in the UK, right? No one's going to come unalive us. Kyle's looking at him like, why the hell would someone come unalive us? What type of question is that to ask? Who thinks like that? Like, who builds a brand around, like, being a shooter and having all these enemies around you to the point where you're halfway across the world, you're still worried about people coming to attack you?
16, we're at 17. Top 5 in here, eh? Where are we going tonight? Let them know.
That's a great question.
There's no killers in the UK. There's like serious guys. We're not going to come kill us.
No.
They're not going to come kill us. We're safe. You can even show your address here. In America. Yeah, listen.
All right, I'm going to go shower. I'll see you in a bit.
W's.
My dog.
Throw some W's for the Milk Boys.
Let's go.
My dogs. Yo, I'm out of here.
W's for Top 5.
And sure enough, those worries would be for good reason, because it was in London where Top 5 was actually a victim to a stabbing, where someone finally attempted to take his life. He spent several days in the hospital, multiple stitches on his neck. They really hit his neck directly. They got that close in contact with Top 5, all while he's rolling with Drake in London. And of course, it would be none other than Top 5's spokesperson, Akademiks, who would get on live stream to give the world an update of the condition of Top 5. I mean, this man was really fighting for his life. He would emphasize that people were following Top 5 all throughout London. These weren't London residents. This was a coordinated attack.
Now, Top 5 is good. I spoke. He has like a big laceration. You know, it was kind of deep. He lost a lot of blood. He went through surgery. He's gonna have full recovery. That's a fact. But it's gonna take a little while, you know. But yeah, I think he said it was like 17 inches. But you know, but I ain't gonna lie, they for what it's worth, yes, somebody definitely went, you know, try to kill him, you know. There's like mad rumors and like fake stuff about it. That video is not real. So that video that they're saying is Top 5, like, that's not Top 5.
told me, he said he was at this after party spot. You know, he felt like people followed him, and he was taking a picture with a fan while he was going into the club. Because I asked him where his homies was at, and he's like, "Yo, I was with 20 people. I get to the spot. I get there earlier than them. I'm walking in the spot. I think they're already there. So really, I'm alone." And then, you know, he goes to take a picture with someone, and you know, somebody kind of ran up on him. You know, but again, I'm gonna just throw the allegedly on there, because I know everybody like running with the false things. This got nothing to do with the UK. Like, respectfully, it did happen in the UK. It has nothing to do with the UK. It's a good meme. That's what I'm saying. Online will create a whole story, and it's completely wrong. It has nothing to do with him saying earlier in the day, there's no, like, killers out. It has nothing to do with that. Nothing to do with that. There's some whole other shit. You know, just not that. So, I know people want to believe it's like, yo, the UK slid. No, respectfully, he was there from days. Like, you know, there was nothing, no bad blood. He said, does he know? You know, let the man. I don't know if you know, but he just know what it's not. He know what it's not. Okay, it's not some random UK guys that attacked him because he said there was no killing. Nah, it's not that. He was getting a lot of love in the UK. Unfortunate incident. It's going to take a little while for him to get good, but it's straight.
So, Top 5 does miraculously survive this attack. He's back, better than ever, and of course, the antics are heightened to another level. All throughout the summer, once he was released from the hospital, Top 5 proceeds to beef with another fellow rapper from Toronto, Pressa. Pressa is actually an artist who was on tour with Drake back in 2017. They're friends, but I mean, he doesn't take his level of glazing to the same proportions as Top 5. And unlike Top 5, he actually has built a real rap career for himself. He used to date Coi Leray, they have a couple songs together, he has a couple, mild hits. But Pressa is also, I guess, big in the streets, you could say. I don't know the right term for that. He's got his own gang in Toronto that at the time did not rival Top 5's gang, but it was just a different gang, and he was actually facing charges of kidnapping and assault with a weapon. Very good guy. Now, Pressa and Top 5, they were cool all the way up until, I believe, this summer. Tension started rising, but it's interesting because around that same time, a song leaks from Drake featuring Pressa, which was recorded somewhere in the last 12 months. It was called National Treasure, and I was always surprised that Pressa got a Drake feature before Top 5 did, especially since they were beefing. The whole dynamic kind of seemed weird. And while this Drake and Pressa song gets leaked online, Top 5 is dissing Pressa left and right.
Separate ones. Man will beat one gun case, and I might, but 3 gun cases, Pressa. Man can't beat 3 gun cases in 1 year. Why would I call that dyke? Matter of fact, I just got the verse from Coi Leray yesterday. He's up. I know everybody in this camp is gonna die at this because he's such a GC. Once I release a song with Coi Leray, that's the only way that guy's gonna slide. He's not gonna slide about his dead homies. No dissing. I'm not dissing the dead. He's not gonna slide about his mans or his people getting shot. He's gonna slide for Coi Leray. That nigga will come to my block and yellow tape it for Coi Leray. That nigga will catch a body for Coi.
Fuck Top 5, man. Top 5 keep calling you. I'm from Toronto. We them niggas, man.
Oh shit.
Top 5. Fuck Top 5. GGGK. You know we rockin'. We all tied in LA live.
So after all this dissing and all that, unlike Top 5, Pressa was actually able to get an album out this year. It just came out, and of course it's full of Top 5 diss songs, and none other than Drake actually did post it on his Instagram to show support. Now, of course, this is the ultimate betrayal to Top 5 because not only is Drake supporting his enemy, but he's also posting and sharing music from his enemy where Top 5 is getting dissed. So what does Top 5 do? Well, after all the taunting of Kendrick Lamar, all the empty threats of Kendrick not being able to come to Toronto, Top 5 actually professes his love for Kendrick Lamar and the song specifically Not Like Us. He shared it on his Instagram, specifically at the part where Kendrick sings the lyrics, Certified Lover Boy, Certified PDF.
Certified Lover Boy, certified.
This is exactly what Wack 100 meant when he warned Drake to get away from Top 5 because it will only be detrimental to his career when Top 5 eventually spirals out of control. And it only gets worse from here. Remember how Top 5 was dissing Hidda J3? Well, Hidda J3, of course, got on Twitter to celebrate the fact that Top 5 was now trying to apply to be the shooter for PG Lang and TDE. And he said on Twitter, now Top 5 switching sides and posting K-Dot? Nah, stay on that side. It'd be all good when guys be pawns until you're off the board. And then Top 5 would actually DM Hidda J3. Hidda J3 would post a conversation where they said, oh, we're homies now? Alright, bet. Top 5 said, my dog, what's up? What's happening, gang? You see how stuff be? Stay true to you. And this is where the most hilariously ridiculous answer comes from Top 5, where he says, man, that nail polish guy is a weirdo for real. And of course, he's talking about La Brianna, who paints his nails. Top 5 is now denouncing the nail polish pocket. I can't even speak. The nail painting Polly Pocket. And of course, Top 5 is applying to be a member of TDE. He can't make his own career. He's got to glaze someone, ride the coattails off of one successful rapper or another. Now, shout out to Hidda J3 because I actually posted this on Twitter and he reposted it, celebrating the fact that Top 5 is now trying, but failing, to apply for a membership at PG Lang. I still think Hidda J3 had one of the best features off GNX. That's a story for another day, though, because of course, none other than Snackadiddler would be here to facilitate the BS, calling Top 5 on live to have him explain this entire situation. And on a side note, Akademiks and Maul are updating their resume as they speak, because now they have the opportunity to be the top #1 meat muncher of La Brianna, because when Akademiks calls Top 5, he publicly denounces being Drake's shooter. He is the ex-shooter of Drake, now applying to be Kendrick's shooter.
Top 5! Yo, we on stream. We on stream, man. Yo, I'm looking for some topics. You sent me some, but I seen it deleted. But I seen a couple other blogs got it, and I'm like, yo, what's going on, man? Hey, hold on. So I want to tell people what's up, or what was up. So I seen you basically, it says Drake shows love to Press. Oh, okay, this is making sense. Drake shows love to Press's new album, and Press's biggest op, aka Drake's top shotter, Top 5 claps back by posting Kendrick.
Ex-shooter. I ain't shooting for him no more.
No, you Drake shooter. Come on now. You told me you got a hit list. You say you moving around like you're moving around. You got a couple niggas to take out for him.
Ack, tell me if that's not disloyalty.
Okay, all right, hold on. Break it down. Because you see, people are confused. They're like, yo, when Drake is going through stuff, you're the only guy they hear, and not saying that he doesn't have more people, but you're the vocal person online, and you're always like, yo, I'm riding for the guy. That's my guy, right?
And then look what happened. Look what happened now.
Okay.
Now, Top 5 would go on to somewhat explain why he doesn't like Pressa anymore, claiming that him and Pressa's friend used to go on two-mans with girls. They used to sleep with the same girls together. I guess Top 5 was cheating on Drake. And ultimately, there is no room for reconciliation, but Top 5 still does want to spend New Year's with his little husband, Snackadiddler.
So break it out. So these days, it look like you and Pressa aren't seen eye to eye. Could y'all reconcile it now? Yes, sir.
I don't like being around trannies. That's the real issue.
Oh, okay.
I don't like being around trannies. You agree, right?
I mean, but who's a transsexual in this situation?
Pressa.
No, Pressa's a heterosexual, man. Come on, man.
That's what they're saying online, bro. He's asking people these type of questions.
What?
So tell me if that's not crazy.
Okay.
He goes and posts my ops music.
Okay. So for whatever reason, you and Pressa don't really get along. Do you care to explain why I don't get along? Because you know what? The other day you called me and I said to you, because you said, Ack, where are we spending New Year's Eve together? And I said, and you said, the last one we were together. Pause. And me and you.
Pause.
Yeah, pause. Me, you, and Pressa was in Jamaica at the first Vibes Cartel concert at the National Stadium. Everybody was friends. I remember, and I gave Boondog and everybody so much credit because we were rolling 200 deep in Jamaica. Where did it go wrong, brother? Where did it go wrong?
Bro, my mom told me she was mad I was chilling with a tranny. So I couldn't continue those days. You feel me?
So
I couldn't continue those days.
So from your perspective, you found out that you believe he's a transsexual. Stop it. Yo, I heard you and Preston was going on 2 man. Stop it, bro.
Hell no. I was going on 2 mans with one of his homies and checking girls. Me and him never ever did a 2 man. Girls didn't like him because of his squeaky voice.
Stop
it. I'll keep it 100. Hold on.
And then ultimately, Top 5 explains that he's very upset that Drake posted Pressa on his Instagram, right? Even saying that Drake knew that Top 5 and Pressa weren't getting along, so much so to the point where Pressa was supposed to perform with Drake at the Wireless Festival in London, where Top 5 got stabbed, but Top 5 told Drake, if Pressa is there, you're chopped cheese, fam. Pressa was not allowed there because Top 5 was still rolling with Drake, right? And that's what would cause the falling out between the two. Top 5 also says that Pressa's song with Drake ended up getting leaked basically because Drake was telling Pressa, like, you know, I can't rock with you since I rock with Top 5 and you guys are beefing. I'm not sure if that meant that Pressa leaked the song in protest or if Drake had his team leak it because he was like, F it, I don't mess with this guy anyways. Let me just sabotage this song and this opportunity for him. We saw a lot of Drake music leak over the year, and I personally think a lot of it was intentional with Drake trying to test the waters to see which one of these mid songs would actually stick and get a good reaction from the public. So it wouldn't surprise me if Drake himself leaked the song, and that's basically what Top 5 is implying here.
And when you want to go post my app's music, see, look, Akademiks could. Do I ever call you when you post his music?
No. And by the way, on both, like,
even though it's trash,
no, I look at it like this because I fuck with both of y'all. Like, if I post something to yours, I feel like I owe them a post. If I post something to theirs, I owe you a post. You know, I gotta keep it fair. I always gotta keep it fair. Wait, maybe Drake has no idea that you're not getting along with Pressa. He doesn't know.
He knows. Because you know the crazy thing is, Pressa was supposed to perform at Wireless, and I told Drake, if you let this guy perform, it's a problem. So Drake pulled him out last minute. So
Really?
that's why he didn't perform in London Wireless. I swear to God, you can ask anybody. I put that on all my dead homies.
So Pressa was supposed to perform at Wireless?
Yes. But then I told Drake, if
And you
I'm not on
step to
stage,
Drake and say, yo, this can't happen.
no, but it's not even like a bad mind thing. It's like, I'm the one that got him at first. I'm the one that, I swear to God, you can call Drake right now. I'm the one that said, yo, Drake, get him to perform and we're cool. And I wasn't rapping at the time. So he said, yeah. But when me and him were beefing, I'm like, if I can't get on stage, he can't get on stage.
Okay, wait, so you're saying, okay, now I'm getting it. So you're saying you the one who called in a favor to get Pressa
on stage.
And then, what the heck? Oh my man, what the hell is that?
I got the favor.
Okay. And then once y'all start beefing, you're like, yo, Drake, bring that favor back. If I'm not up on there, fuck that favor.
Yeah, and then it's like, it's not one of those. Remember, his music sucks. He has to perform a song that's 7 years old.
No, he got a heater with Drake though. National treasure.
Come on, Ak. You know why I got leaked. Ak.
Well, why do you think?
Ak. That shit's never coming out.
Nah, I think it might come out, bro.
Bro, I've been hearing that song for a year. I feel like Pressa leaked it.
They were saying you leaked it, bro.
Oh, bro, how do I don't even have the files. What the fuck do I have my TMZ? Do I even care about that shit squeaky voice?
Okay, so did Pressa perform at Wireless?
No, he didn't. And can I ask you a question? How much units his album sold?
I don't know. I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah,
that was your homie,
you
though.
know, Chris.
Hey, hold on.
If you could post how much units he sold, I'll squash the beef tonight.
Now, this is where things will get crazy, all right? This is where Top 5 sends in his formal application to join TDE because he says that throughout this entire year, when Not Like Us was ruling the charts, ruling the world, and Kendrick even performed it in Toronto, Top 5 was secretly enjoying the hell out of that song, but he couldn't let Drake know. And the only place that Drake would not catch Top 5 was in the shower. So that's where Top 5 was singing the song, playing it every day in hiding because he loved it so much, but he couldn't play it if Drake was around. Now, what he also says is interesting. He says he knows that Drake is not a PDF, so he doesn't care for those lines. But his favorite bar in the song is where Kendrick Lamar is talking about Chubbs getting Drake's hand-me-downs. Now, Drake himself has rapped about Chubbs, knowing the type of girls Drake likes, and he'll spot them out when they're around in different parts of the world and bring them back to Drake's house, like basically recruit different women for Drake. Top 5 is kind of implying here that it's true, and you could see Akademiks get terrified, like Top 5, like don't say anything that you can't come back from at this point, right?
So the Wireless thing doesn't happen. All right, bet. And after that, does Drake know you guys aren't seeing eye to eye?
He knows, bro. He knows, bro. I talk to him every day. So when I woke up this morning and I seen him, I'm like, yo, honestly, for years and years, I've been only listening to Not Like Us in my fucking washroom with my headphones. Let me go public today. I like that record.
Wait, you're not listening to Not Like Us. That's the first time I think you actually listen to the song. Stop it.
No, you know I listen to it.
I know, yeah. I know right now you mad at Drake, but I know in your heart you don't like that song, bro.
You know the part I like the most?
What?
And honestly, no trolling. So I'll never disrespect him like that. But
Don't
you know what he
play
says?
with the boy now.
You know, I know he's not a racist. That's one thing I can agree. But you know that part where it says, Chubbs, with the heavy, that's facts.
That's facts. Hold on. Yeah, five. Hold on, 5. Hold on. And I hate to break the fourth wall. Hold on. I hate to break the fourth wall, but I've known, a lot of things behind the scenes sometimes. So I know sometimes y'all have these little disagreements and then y'all fix it up or whatever. We all live. Don't say nothing that it's always gonna be used against you. And because I think you mad.
Now, Top 5 here kind of says something interesting, right? Kind of implying that Drake is fake. He's telling Akademiks, like, if you passed away today, I would be the only one from Toronto that actually mourns for you, that actually sends money to your family, that actually remembers you in a positive light. Drake or whoever else, they don't care about you. They just care about you posting them. They're fake. And now he's out here posting the guy that I don't like the most, who's dissing me on his album. He's reposting. After all the riding and glazing and meat munching I've done for Drake, he's now posting my op dissing me on his Instagram. And Top 5 says he actually called Drake out on this. He called Drake directly and was like, why are you posting this? And Drake said, I hear you. I know you guys don't get along, but I'm trying to make the city look good. And that's where Top 5 said, I'm going to make LA look good. I'm going to go ride or die for TDE.
Listen, out of every nigga you met in Toronto, I'm the one that said, right now you can die tonight, God forbid. And I'll be there for you. I'll be there for your family. I'll send money for your family. I'll reminisce about you all day. These motherfuckers don't care. They just want to post by you. So it's like when this guy's posting my op, I didn't, and this is me keeping it 100 with you. I didn't get mad that you posted him. I got mad that you posted a man that's dissing my hood on these records. You know what I'm trying to say?
Oh, wait, is that a diss song?
Yeah, on the album he's dissing us. And even though nobody's listening to the album, it's still a diss. So it's not, I'm not saying you can't be friends with him. I'm just saying you're posting a diss record. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
That makes sense, right?
Okay, I get that. But why not just, if you say you talk to him every day, just call him like, yo, Drake, like, bro, he's dissing our hood. Maybe you didn't know. Drake is busy, man. Drake right now is on stake winning like $50 billion.
I'm busy. You see
Drake is chefing up right now. He's chefing up right now. He's chefing up in Bahamas.
You see my lifestyle. I'm busy.
I know
you
you're busy.
See how much girls I get.
I know. You getting active. But come on now. Like, why not call him and be like, yo, Crody, I think you forgot. I'm not getting along with this nigga, and he's dissing me on his album and dissing my hood. Yo, take that down, bro.
Okay, you're right. But honestly, I've been listening to
Be honest. Did you reach out?
Yeah, and then when I said this guy's my op, he wrote a paragraph. I hear you, yo. I'm trying to make Toronto look good. I said, nigga, I'm gonna make LA look good tonight.
Yo, stop it, bro. Could you stop it, bro?
I'm gonna make Los Angeles look good.
Stop it. Wait, are you talking to Drake? Are you talking to Drake directly, or like you're hitting up Chubbs, or
I talked to Drake.
Why are you disrespecting Chubbs? Got nothing to do with this. Why are you disrespecting Chubbs?
So as you can see, you guys, this is the problem with keeping a crash out next to you. After all the warnings that Drake got, all the antics that should have made Drake realize maybe I shouldn't keep this guy around, all it took was one simple Instagram post for this guy to do a complete 180 and now meat munch your direct competition, the guy who destroyed your career in Kendrick Lamar. As for Top 5, where does he go from here? He built his career off of being Drake's shooter, I guess you could call him that. I saw a lot more yapping than anything else. But it's not looking like he has Drake to ride the coattails of at this point. And I don't think TDE is going to embrace him too much. So that just leaves Snack a Diddler to keep Top 5's name alive. And hopefully for the sake of all our patience, because he now no longer has someone to meat munch off of, gain clout off of, we won't be hearing or having to discuss Top 5 anytime soon. But let me know what you guys think, and I'll catch you in the next one.
I study
Rapaholics
for a living.